104.5 The Zone. This is a 3HL. Now, Brent Doherty, Clay Travis, and Lane Bishop.
Welcome back in 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Hope you're having a great Thursday. Weekend's almost here, baby. Put the foot down and get there.
Yes.
U.S. men's soccer in action tonight, but first, El Salvador and Canada. Both teams working out down below. And, Blaine, I'm impressed by the teamwork just in the agility drills. Very choreographed and synchronized.
Yeah, they was like synchronized swimming. They're watching them do their drills all the same. They were doing, looked like they were doing a salsa dance there in a minute. They were loosening up their hips. They're doing it with each other, like as partners.
Synchronized swimming is one of those things, speaking of that like if I don't know why it would be on television, but sometimes it is, especially during an Olympic year, for example. That's one of those things I have to stop on. Oh, I don't know why. I'm looking for mistakes.
They make very few. It's hard to stay up in the water like that for a long time, like what they're doing.
How do judges judge synchronized swim teams? Seriously. I mean, because they all look the same to me. Like, I don't see any mistakes.
Yeah, they're not synchronized. They're off one bit.
That's a tough business.
And then how do you do that?
It seems like an awful thing to do for
I can't
sport.
sit here and mimic y'all's movements as we do a radio show, much less in water upside down with my feet dangling above the water.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like, you do other sports. What is it, ice skating? Just two people, though. You have to do it at times. I think it's a great sport, actually, because anything you have to do with water and swimming keep you in good health. I mean, but their core strength to stay up in that water like that and do those exercises, they're pretty strong.
The one sport I really don't understand is synchronized diving. Have you seen that? That's like a new thing. Yeah, and like they have women synchronized diving. I can't believe they could get any women to do that because somebody's got to weigh more than the other girl. Somebody's going to hit the water first, right?
In theory.
And girls don't want to be in that position, do they?
I'm surprised
guys don't care, but
I'm surprised what sports get allowed and whatnot. We got the Olympics coming up, and this is honestly kind of like kicking off the Olympic season.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's early, but God, the Olympics, the Summer Olympics are upon us.
You like summer or winter better?
By far, summer for me.
By far?
Everybody likes sunny weather anyway.
There seems like there's more sports in the Summer Olympics. I used to like the Winter Olympics better because I liked all the skiing and stuff. Like, I like to see people careening down a mountain.
Yeah, I'm not a Winter Olympics guy. We started the show right about the time the Winter Olympics came on, right?
Are the U.S. really good at Winter Olympics, though?
A lot of them we just invented. It's like, snowboarding. Like all the different
we weren't doing well at the other stuff, so
we just invented all these new
came up with something we are good at, right?
Yeah, like the X Game deal.
Yeah. I mean, you got Shaun White's got like 40 gold medals and things that didn't even exist in 1980. I just made up sports and we own them.
Oh, he's there.
I'm looking forward to it. Nathan, what's up?
Hey, I actually just wanted to call in on your comment about synchronized diving. The weight, and I'm not a physics major or anything like that, but I remember this from science class. The weight of the females actually wouldn't have make any difference on who hit the water first because of terminal velocity. If you take air resistance out of the equation, a marble will fall at the exact same rate as a bowling ball.
Yeah, but you're not taking oxygen out of the equation.
Well, sure. But air resistance,
yeah, so you're saying that if me and my 8-year-old jumped into the pool at the same time, we would hit at the same time?
Yeah, air resistance, like in an indoor environment like that where there's no wind or anything, is so negligible. If there was any difference at all, it would be so minuscule you wouldn't be able to notice it with the naked eye.
Sometimes they're outdoors. Like 1984, I remember watching Greg Louganis outside, right?
Yeah.
Does that change it?
Outside may make a bit of a difference, but it's like if it'd just be so negligible indoors, you really wouldn't notice it at all. So I mean, you could have a whale jump off the diving board and some petite, slender figure, and they'd hit pretty much at the exact same time.
So you like a whale is Kate Upton.
I understand figuratively that this makes sense. The whale would hit the water before the person.
I'm not too sure about that.
I know the glass tube that you put the feather and the penny in or whatever, and they fall at the same time in physics class.
Yeah.
That is when you remove all oxygen and all. Like, the idea is there's nothing in there, right?
Yeah.
I'm with the mayor here.
So, like, Roseanne Barr and Kate Upton jump into a swimming pool off the 3-meter dive.
Well, they might weigh about the same. I mean, Upton's tall. But a whale and...
Wait. Kate Upton and Roseanne Barr?
I think they probably weigh similar weights. Roseanne Barr's, yes. Roseanne Barr's like 5 foot. Kate Upton's like 5'9" or 5'10". I bet they both weigh about 155. Have you seen Roseanne Barr lately? She lives on Hawaii. She's very healthy. She lives on a Hawaiian
All right, let me change Roseanne Barr to Rosie O'Donnell.
But Rosie O'Donnell is still only about... See, Kate Upton weighs quite a bit. Even though she's, a supermodel. If you're like 5'10" or 5'11" or 6 foot and you're a woman, you're going to weigh a decent amount. Now, if you throw out like, John Candy's dead. That's the first name that came to me. You throw out Warren Sapp, who we were talking about earlier. Warren Sapp and, Natalie Portman. Natalie Portman...
They're going in at the same time.
No, Warren Sapp's beating her down.
Literally.
That's like, hopefully not for him. That's like 200 pounds difference. Natalie Portman probably weighs 100 pounds. Warren Sapp may weigh 400 now. I saw that guy recently at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he's picked up.
He's put on some weight. He weighed a lot to begin with. He's well over 300.
Yeah, he's getting unhealthy.
Yes.
Fair Warren. Maybe that'd be the problem why he accused Jeremy Shockey.
He's unhappy about his weight?
Yeah.
He's just lashing out.
No.
Dean, next up on 3HL. Dean, what's up?
Hey, guys. Warren Sapp, Natalie Portman. I'm going to blow your mind with this.
All right. We're looking forward to that.
Weight makes absolutely no difference. We agreed on that. Now we're up to air resistance. Air resistance is the function of frontal area. I would propose that Natalie Portman would actually hit the water first because she's a ton smaller than Warren Sapp is. Try that one out.
So you think the air would hold Warren Sapp up?
Absolutely.
You think to yourself...
Are you talking about on a platform or a 3-meter board?
I just picture like...
Because he has to bend the board, and then she's already off.
Yeah, off the platform.
This is a platform or a board or whatever.
I just picture Finch from Wildcats. Remember that?
Counterintuitively, you're arguing that a fat man falls slower than a thin woman. I just don't buy it.
Because he slices through the air.
At the same speed, except for air resistance, and air resistance is a function of frontal area. Warren Sapp is broader and wider than Natalie Portman is.
And he has bigger boobs.
Therefore, she will fall slightly faster than he will.
Right, she'll slice through the air where the air will hold him up. It makes sense.
It's a fascinating discussion.
This is why people who
intriguing.
This is why people who study science are so infuriated with those of us who don't.
Right.
This is like
those crazy dudes don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah. Like Mr. Bass that taught me and you somehow.
Yeah, Mr. Bass.
He's listening in his car right now going, you guys are idiots.
My MLK science teacher is just ramming his head over and over again into the steering wheel saying, I've just failed. I failed Clay. Yes.
Your MLK science teacher and my 7th grade John Trotwood Moore science teacher.
Yes.
Strangely.
That's the guy we met at D&D's?
Yeah.
Oh,
he went 0 for 2.
Oh, he's banging his head on the wall right now.
Yeah.
Created 2 sports talk show hosts.
Yes.
1 writer. Chris and Franklin. Chris, we don't understand.
Yeah, I'm banging my head on the steering wheel right now.
Sound like my wife.
Yeah.
Dean's exactly right. Natalie Portman would definitely hit the water a little bit quicker from a platform. Let's say they both jumped out of an airplane. She would absolutely hit before he would because she would have longer to fall without the same amount of air resistance. So
if they both got pushed out of an airplane, Natalie Portman hits the ground before Warren Sapp.
Way before. Think about this, okay? Take 2 pallets with a ton of bricks on each one, okay? They weigh exactly the same. You drop them out of the airplane, they're both going to hit exactly the same time. You put a 5-pound parachute on one of them. Now the one with the parachute actually weighs a little more, right?
Yes.
Well, the parachute pitches wind.
But you open up the parachute, and what happens? You got air resistance.
So you're saying Warren Sapp's gut will capture wind?
No. So if you're falling, the best way to slow yourself down is to have as much surface area as possible.
Yeah, like you go flying squirrel.
Yes.
You act like you're flying.
Exactly, yeah, because they've got something that's catching the air, and it's resistant, so it's keeping them afloat. It's all about lift.
So if you fall out of an airplane, you just go flying squirrel, and it kind of delays the inevitable?
Well, have you ever seen those suits that the skydivers wear?
Yeah, that's that. Yeah.
That's to catch the air so that they can move around where they want to go.
We're learning so much today.
All right, let's go with Hazardous next up on 3HL. Hazardous, what's up?
Hey, guys, I just wanted to give you a little real insight on life in general in El Salvador.
Yes.
I was a combat infantry paratrooper in the 82nd Airborne Division in the early 80s.
Wow.
And I've jumped into Panama, I've jumped into Honduras, and I've helped train the El Salvadorian troops. And we jumped only at night at 500 feet through triple canopy jungle. And let me tell you, those guys down there, there's some badasses that, guess what, they can't even touch us. We train them. So I just want to let you know that other guy that says about the air and everything, if the wind is blowing up, I don't care if you weigh a ton, you're going to go up. If the wind is blowing down, you're going to go straight down like a rock.
Well, what about like on a 3-meter platform and you've got Natalie Portman and Warren Sapp jumping at the same time?
Well, if they got a parachute strapped behind their butt, if the wind's blowing up, they're not going to go down as fast. Trust me.
Thank you, Hazardous.
For 4 years.
You're a better man than any of us.
I would not parachute into a jungle.
Yes,
I can feel very confident making that decision.
Nah.
They said, in fact, I can't think of anywhere.
Because what happens when you land?
If I had to rank the places that I would like to parachute into, the jungle would be very low on the list. I would prefer at night. Yeah, the jungle at night. Because when the animals come to feed. Because I know I'm going to break a leg, and I'm just going to lay there, and a jaguar's going to eat me. I would not
Yeah,
jump.
because not only will you be laying, you'll have blood all over.
I'm assuming you can't even parachute into, like, the Arctic because it's so cold. I would not parachute anywhere where it's cold, and I would not parachute anywhere where it's really hot. So only a temperate region in between the very hot and the very cold. I would not parachute, I think, at all.
You're like my mom. The older she gets, the more that window of acceptable temperature range shrinks.
My wife is like that already.
Like, she complains about the cold all the time, then she complains about the heat. I'm like, well, geez.
But yeah,
Why don't you go live in San Diego?
What I'm primarily complaining
That must be just the wives.
What I'm primarily complaining
It's a female thing. Like,
I'm primarily complaining about jumping out of. I know Blaine wouldn't do it. Blaine's afraid of heights too.
Oh, no way.
How much would somebody have to pay you to jump out of a plane?
$1 billion.
$1 billion.
Yeah, that's where we're starting. I'm going. I mean, I'm just thinking about it.
like that
It
girl.
makes me nervous. I don't even. It's not so much the jump I would not enjoy, but the understanding that I had to jump would be infinitely worse.
No,
than the
but
jump.
if you're
I wouldn't
jumping,
even jump off this stadium with a
have to
parachute on, man.
You have to get into a plane to know that you're going to jump off. I'm not getting on that
no,
plane.
but and that goes to your jungle theory because then you've got a lot of time to think about what's going to happen when I land. What kind of animals are down here when I land?
Or you're going to get hung up in a tree.
Yeah.
The last thing I want to do is be, just hanging 30 feet up in the air, dying slowly.
No, well, you'll be away from the animals.
No, the jaguar can just climb up and eat you while you're hanging there, while you can't flee.
No, he's got to get up the tree, and then he's got to, crawl down the rope to get you.
Cody is next up on 3HL. Hey, Cody, what's going on?
What's up, guys? I'm actually right behind you here at the stadium working at the Logan's Roadhouse stand. I was going to see if you guys wanted a turkey leg or something.
The turkey leg.
I'm looking down there. Okay, yeah.
Well, we see you. We can wave. You see my hand out the box here?
Just throw it out the window and put a parachute on the back.
3 fingers for
I tell
Logan.
you what, I'll try to get somebody to let me through this gate, and I'll bring you guys some food, all right?
All right,
Right,
cool.
Cody.
I would be terrified.
Appreciate it.
How awesome is that? Just random guy calls and offers to bring you Logan's?
That went better than I thought it was going to start when he said, "I'm right behind you guys." I was like, "Well, this is."
And
really
everybody
very
turned
eerie.
around and looked behind
I was
us.
like, I did.
Oh, you can't be behind us. Our door's
We
shut.
about to get assassinated in here. I don't know how I feel about this.
I saw you, Brett. You turned around.
I was like, uh-oh.
James and Mount Juliet. James, what's going on?
Buddy, guys, hey, y'all was talking about parachuting. First of all, God didn't make me no angel, so I ain't parachuting, but I was going to tell y'all about it's probably been about 15 years ago, but over here in Mount Juliet, they had a fair, and they had this gigantic big crane, and when it comes to women, my brain goes to mush. And I was there
Join
with
the
one
club.
of my girlfriends at the time, and she dared me to go up top. Well, of course, I was brass balled and wanted to go, so I got up to the top. And they asked me, well, do you want it wrapped around your waist or your ankles? Well, the more braver I am, they put it around my ankles. And they had this little board up there probably 3 foot long, and he told me to kind of waddle out there. Well, I got out there and I got scared. And I went to turn around, and all I got out of my mouth was, hold on. And I'm telling you, I screamed like a little girl going down there, man. That I don't know what parachute is like, but bungee cording, no way, boy.
Thank you, James. I'm not going bungee jumping.
I'm not doing it. I'll raise you one.
I was worried about the cord.
I'm worried about the people who are putting the cords in. I'm not doing anything. Ever since I was in high school.
I've been looking at those guys, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got wrenches and they got third-grade educations, and I'm going to go upside down on something they built? No, thank you.
And
they decapitated a guy.
Like, oh, I want to get on. Like, you go
I've talked about this before. When I was in high school, one of the guys at the Tennessee State Fair who worked on the upside down boat ship, slowly swings and goes upside down, he got decapitated by it.
Oh,
he was going to pick up change underneath the boat.
Why would he do that?
Why was he going?
Well, I guess he mistimed his run.
Yeah, I'd say.
Well, you could have just waited.
That's a tough break.
No, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, so if the guy, ever since I realized the guy who built this thing got decapitated underneath it, I'm not getting on this thing. There's a head. You were in midair. You just took a head off. I'm not getting back on this thing. I mean, that's the guy who built it.
Well, I mean, it's a swinging boat at the state.
Yeah, but imagine
it must have picked up speed.
You are in the swinging boat and somebody's head got taken off by it. Don't you feel a little bit responsible?
No. Why would he be doing that, though?
That was on him, man.
Well, I'm not saying you did it. But you were a part of the vehicle that took his head off.
544.
I'm not doing it. I don't do those rides anymore. I don't think I'd let my kids do those rides. I'll go to Disney World. I'll go to the Kings Island.
Space Mountain, you'll do that one?
Where the ride stays all the time. If the ride is moved.
Like they don't pick up and move.
Yeah, if the ride is moved on a truck, I don't see any reason why I should go in the air on it. Really? Think about it. You tell me all the time they put that stuff together.
Right?
If it's on the ground. If it's on the ground, yeah.
Okay. Chris in McMinnville. Hey, Chris, what's going on?
What's up, guys? Hey, I've got to give it to Clay. He's hit on something I've been preaching for years. The county fair deal where you wouldn't allow those guys to put air in your tires.
Yeah.
And you're allowing those people to put a county fair together in about 4 to 6 hours, and you're putting your children on those rides. There is no way, fellas. Clay, you hit on something. And the worst thing about this is those guys that actually put those things together are of age and they get to vote. So there ought to be some things that we can put in this country to ban county fairs. And if you had actually worked at a county fair, you're not allowed to vote.
I understand. If you want to take the risk of going up.
I like county fairs. They're fun. I like to take the kids.
Right, but if
on the kiddie ride, if you go up in the air.
If you go up into an air on a distance that could kill
Roadhouse.
you, why would you do that?
I don't know, but Logan's Roadhouse just walked in with a bunch of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, this is awesome.
But thank you.
This is outstanding.
What all do we have?
Yeah, what did you bring?
We've got cheeseburgers, buffalo chicken, hamburgers, and french fries.
Wow.
And what is your name?
Caleb Rummett.
Caleb, thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's awesome, man. All right, thank you. Logan's. Shout out, 3 fingers.
Yes.
Oh, they wrapped
looking us up.
Got him his own side and everything. Yeah.
Jason Willis points out there are always spare parts sitting around the carnival rides. They belong somewhere. No, those are just used. That's true. You'll always see like a few screws laying on the side. Like, oh, that was just they've managed to streamline the process. Those aren't needed anymore.
Sometimes I must admit, like, I can't put together birthday presents. I can't. And I'm looking at the guy that put together that ride that goes upside down.
Right.
Things to make you go.
I'm with you on that. 5:58 at the time. Jonathan in Brownsville, what's up?
Ooh.
Hey, guys, here's one for you. Last time we went to the county fair, they were using duct tape because they couldn't find the bolts. So, I'll right there.
Duct tape works.
Yeah, hey, it'll hold it, man. A little Gorilla Tape.